Okay. Making sure everything's right. Now then. Alright. So let's wait a. I know I don't usually stream in like the day or or wherever it is for everybody. But topic's pretty important, so we'll just chill out for a minute. Okay. Here we go.
Well, if it isn't Sonya.
Huh. Somebody you know?
Spoke with her just the once, back at Hammerhead.
Now that you mention it, you were chatting someone up.
She's real knowledgeable about wildlife. Could teach us a thing or two. Go on, introduce yourself.
Alright. So, welcome everybody. I know it's been a minute, but it's LowTierJuri here. And, got an interesting topic to talk about today. So then, now really nothing I can pretty much like segue into, so we'll just be cut and dry and direct. Alright?
What is it now? If you don't mind.
Once everything. Alright.
I'm rather busy.
That. So. Okay. So, what do we have for today? Well, recently there's been a developing story, or at least a topic going on about, low tier god Dale.
That was
and
overwhelming.
Someone named Rotkill.
Let's hope it
right?
will be edifying as well.
How did
And
you manage to talk to
the
her?
whole situation
Oh,
is
you know me.
rather interesting. And I say that with,
Can I interest you in some shopping?
Might not be.
God, there's no really easy way to say this. Basically, what's been going on here with the whole situation is not really the best, the most ideal situation to find yourself in. For anybody, actually, but, things can't be helped. So, Dale is pretty much playing on Second Impact with his YouTube channel. And that pretty much involves a video he made where, he starts going on about Rotkill, calling her ugly and all this other type of shit, the usual Dale response like, oh, you ain't got ass, you ain't got this, you ain't got blah blah, whatever, all that kind of shit, right? So it pretty much got filed under harassment and bullying, and it got taken down, and he's playing, like I said, he's playing with Street Fighter Second Impact with his channel. And honestly, it's pretty much justified.
More than we need.
Sheesh.
Right?
You my mother or something?
That whole the whole strike he's gotten, pretty much justified. Especially since, he's done a lot worse on his streams. I'd pretty much sit there and witness the shit, which is never a fun thing, but at least he has that second strike. Now, what do you think he would do? He's just gonna go on full-on damage control mode and try to, make things better. He's low-tier god. He's such a good guy.
Thank you
He
kindly.
would never do anything wrong. Except, you know, he's done, like, a lot of things wrong. With
Please
no
come
backlash or punishment
That's
whatsoever.
What's up, Iggy?
I've come up with a new recipe.
I could taste test for you.
You know? He doesn't really change much. So it just makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder why he would even do anything like this. So, on the topic. Well, we were already on the topic, but you know, beside the point, I'm genuinely disgusted by this whole thing. Like, it's just, oh, God. I don't even know where to even begin, man.
Thank
I
you
really
kindly.
don't.
We hope to see you again.
So, like I said before, he's pretty much been doing a lot of things behind the scenes, trying to at least make sure, you know, he does all he can to at least make sure, oh, you get the point across that, oh, she's ugly, blah, 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 all this other shit, right? And I'm like, oh, you know, that's fine, you know, you can think somebody's ugly, even though, personally, I think you're capping like hell. Because she ratioed you on Twitter. Now, what was the whole thing? Oh, you know, she basically said something like, you know, aren't you the guy who's got sucking toes and all this other shit? Basically the same thing anybody has said, you know?
I want to ride my chocobo all day.
Oh, man. Alright, let's get the different quest done because... Screw it.
Get it out of my head.
So,
Just what Taco
where was
ordered.
I?
Yeah, took care of that pretty quickly.
Not much of a job after all.
He went easy on us.
Away from that. I'm pissed. Where? Whatever.
Let's deliver this as a show of
Now
thanks.
then, like I was saying. So, what has he done behind the scenes? Oh, you know. He basically shared this whole thing that she did about, what, 4 years ago? When she was like barely 18 on his Discord server. Which could pretty much land him in a lot of legal trouble. And he decides to just make everything so much better by going on a live stream on his second channel and try to talk about the situation as if, you know, oh, you know, I'm the bad guy, you know, I had to do it, bro. I had to do it for my audience. I had to make sure, you know, he was doing and all this other shit. He really needs to get banned, man. He really needs to get banned. Like, amazed he hasn't yet, but you know. Like, I understand wanting to do things for your audience, you know, that's fine. But there's a limit to everything, man, and this just isn't it. I honestly I feel bad for Roadkill. I really do. Because she doesn't really deserve any of what Dale has been bringing her. And I applaud her for handling the situation as best she can. Like, she's trying to make sure she doesn't... From what it looks like, she's trying to make sure she gets a whole case against him and get... Well, at this point, she has a pretty good case, in my opinion, considering the fact that, you know, all the evidence is there, all of the context, all the content, and everything is there, that we all know exactly what he's been trying to share or everything like that. And I'm sorry to say, he's not gonna last long, in my opinion, or at least he shouldn't last long, because he keeps getting away with this kind of thing. She's confused if she thinks she can get a revenge porn lawyer when her nudes are on Google. Well, she can. She really can, though. I don't really see why she wouldn't be able to. And even then, there's a whole difference between, you know, there's a difference between, you know, sharing something, you know, for the sake of having content, and even that's like 4 years ago, man. She doesn't really do that kind of content anymore. It isn't revenge porn if he didn't leak it. I mean, he kind of did.
That's one funky looking mountain.
It's not like
wanna
she
pass up a shot of
advertises her
this.
work or anything anymore. And even then, the only thing she does right now is like safe for work
I guess
content.
so.
Shoot.
All right, let's get a little closer then.
So she doesn't really do that anymore. And she doesn't have have it advertised or anything. So, you know, she really can.
Should be a nice change of pace.
Especially since, again, like I've been saying, the whole case doesn't really look good for him. If anything, it just makes him look like a petulant child. Because really, you're sharing her old porn
Overhead.
over an insult that you basically get on a regular basis. Oh yeah, no, she's definitely going to be looking into it in a legal way. You know?
Take a
And
shot
that's
from
honestly
here.
the best thing
Good
she can
call.
do right
Now
now.
it's picture
And it's
time.
honestly the best route she can take. Because yes, while it is, you know, old content and it's like around 4 years
Ready
ago,
or not?
she doesn't really advertise it, she doesn't really do anything with it.
The gang's all here, see?
And I really
Us?
think she's trying to leave that behind her. So the least that can be done is respect the... No, at least show a bit of respect and just leave that kind of stuff alone if she doesn't really want to do anything with it.
Huh? Huh?
We're outnumbered. I propose we take them out one by one. Could you propose a way to finish this faster?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, now it does something.
I'll back you up, Locked.
Well,
Counting on you.
yeah, it can pretty much get him banned off YouTube and Twitter.
Nothing to it.
That's a definite. For the legal case, I'm not sure. I've only studied so much of law, but I'm not really a lawyer, nor can I classify myself as one.
Huh?
So, take what I say with a grain of salt. You know?
Everything in order? Yep.
That's pretty much the best route she can take, and I'm hoping she can at least get something for this, or at least some kind of compensation. Because, for starters, like I said, this is really the most childish way for things to start off. Because, for someone who claims to be mentally untouchable, he could have just really left the situation alone. Like he tried to say on shit like, oh, I should have just left it alone, all this other shit. Like, if it's not that big of a deal to you, why even bother? Even if it's to make content for your audience, it's just gonna get you in trouble. And it doesn't really look good for you either. I understand there's like a lot of conflicting sides, but at the same time, you gotta remember, this really isn't the move for him. And this isn't even being biased or anything, because I already didn't like him to begin with. I never did. But I'm trying to look at it from a different perspective, because this pretty much could involve law enforcement. So I want to at least try to be fair, but I can't really see anything that would look good for him.
Hey, did you hear?
And maybe it might be a bit of bias.
So how's
It might
going,
be,
boys?
I don't know. But I'm pretty
What
much
can I
just
do
here
you
giving
for?
my opinion the best I can. That's pretty much all I can do.
Oh, you all went and got what I asked for.
Too easily. I thought Sid told you to give us work.
Yeah, well, I guess I went a little soft
This-
on you. I'll be sure to give
I'm
you
just
more of a
disgusted
challenge
by
next
this,
time.
man.
Anywho, I appreciate
And
your help.
I honestly think a lot of people should be
Should
at
make
least
for a
disgusted
good
by
evening.
this as well. Because I just can't really see why, you know, anybody would at least try to defend this. Because, yeah, I get it. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their personal favorites. That's all well and good.
Gotta fill up before we set out.
But there's got to be a time and a place to at least say, hey, this is wrong. This is clearly wrong.
He said it makes good eating.
So
Alright.
let's try to at
Well,
least
keep it
take
up with our
a
next
better
count.
route. Let's
Now
not
that's a
be. He's definitely screwed over whatever slim chance he had. Yeah, he really
Have
has
yourselves a good browse.
screwed himself over. Any chance he ever had of making it big, and the only chance he did have, in my opinion, was when he went on that what was it, that Wednesday night fight show? That was his chance, you know? He screwed it up for himself and he went home. It doesn't matter what... Oh, you know, people came here to see low-tier God. You know?
Much appreciated.
That's not the case, man. And even then, he could have used his
Thank you
connections to at least get somewhere. Clearly didn't. And now he just keeps digging the hole deeper and deeper for himself, all to prove a point, you know? Like, I don't get that.
Oh, hey there, Prince. Howdy, y'all. Howdy there, Prince. Are y'all on break?
More or less. Did you need help with something?
Don't you worry. This girl ain't got nothing up her sleeves this time.
Work got you busy?
Most days that's true, but today's a little different.
Like,
I was just
I
about
really
to step
don't
away
get
from
any
the
of
garage
this.
for a spell. One of our regulars told me they found something real special lying around. A rare can of car wax.
hold on.
Reckon y'all could use it on the regalia, so I'm on my way to pick it up.
For us? Let us do the legwork.
You sure?
It is our car.
I tell you what, you got a point there. Well, if y'all insist, who am I to argue? Might take a little while to find it, though.
Fine.
Fella found it, but didn't have the foresight
Like,
to
I don't
grab
really
it.
get the point of all that, man. It's like, I agree, like, if it was like just between like, oh, hurling insults at each other, I don't really think
Bring it back.
That's
it would
the
have been
plan.
too much.
Unbelievable. Cindy was willing to go out
'Cause,
of
you
her
know-
way and risk life and limb for us. She's the best.
You know, he always does that with somebody. With somebody he doesn't like, or if somebody pissed him off over a game, you know. Like, oh man,
Everything in order.
oh this
Yep.
bitch ass motherfucker, and all this other shit. You know? But this time, it's really just gone
Hey,
downhill,
Knox,
man.
why don't we sleep there?
They got something special?
A safe place to spend the night? The demons will be coming out any minute.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
just don't really get
Woohoo!
this.
You heard him, Ignis?
It's just disgusting, man.
Loud and clear.
Like, if you want to make it big, don't do shit like this. It's not gonna end well for you, nor will it for anybody. Especially if you were famous, this would look bad for you. Why do you think you would be able to get away with this? Oh, man. Like, I'm sorry, I can't, man. I'm just lost for words right now. I can't even form a proper sentence. But I want him to
Shall
at
we
least
shop
get
a
a
bit?
quick live
Works for
stream
me.
in, and you know, at least give my thoughts on the topic. So that way, you know, this would probably be like a video or something, but I'd have to at least get everything more scripted out, or at least more clear and concise. Thanks for joining me for a little bit. Nice having people here, even though, you know, it was all this. You guys take it easy. LowTierJuri. I'll be back with you guys later.